So in the next segment, we saw Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn come out with their, of course, WWE Tag Team Championships. And when they came out, they really got a big pop. And the "You Deserve a Chance" broke out. The "Ole, ole, 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 ole," and then repeat. So those chants also broke out. And then, of course, as a babyface tag team, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn issue an open challenge to the locker room that if anybody wants to fight tonight, then let's fight. Then, after issuing that challenge, guess who came out? It's the Street Profits. And of course, they challenged KO and Sami Zayn to a match. We want that smoke, all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. And then the match happened. So, KO and Zayn started strong, but eventually the Street Profits neutralized KO and Sami. But eventually Montez got some heat on KO. Then KO, when he was down, he made a hot tag to Sami. Sami made his heat spots. He did a crossbody on Montez Ford. Then he does a suicide dive both onto Montez and Dawkins from the ring onto ringside. Then Zayn does a sunset powerbomb from the top rope. But then Montez eventually makes a comeback and makes a hot tag to Dawkins. Then the Profits hit a blockbuster from the top rope onto Zayn, which was cool looking. And Dawkins went for the pin, but KO made the save on Sami Zayn. Zayn eventually makes his comeback, does an exploder suplex to Montez Ford onto the turnbuckle, which looked really good. Then he made a hot tag to Kevin Owens when he was down. And then, of course, Kevin Owens did his patented cannonball to Montez in the corner, then transitioning into a swanton bomb to Montez. Then Kevin Owens pinned Montez Ford, but it was stopped by Dawkins. Then Montez does his own suicide dive onto KO and Sami onto the floor, which, again, a repetitive spot. So I think this spot should have been at least left out because there was already a previous suicide dive spot and it didn't have the same effect as the previous suicide dive done by Sami Zayn. But eventually when they got back into the ring, Kevin Owens hits Montez Ford with a stunner. Then Sami Zayn hits a haluva kick to Montez Ford, the same haluva kick where he pushed, similar to the haluva kick where he pushed Jey Uso onto the turnbuckle, on the side turnbuckle, and wound up and then hit the haluva kick. Sorry. So that was a finish. Zayn pins Tez 1, 2, 3. Now, comments for the match. Okay, for me it was just an okay match. I think at this point they were really just going through the motions, and there were similar spots from both teams, like the suicide dive, and of course, I think the win of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens didn't get the reaction that they were expecting because, I think everybody expected them to win, right? Coming off a big WrestleMania win, everybody expected them to win. So it didn't really surprise anybody in the crowd. So hence why it did not get too big of a pop. But I think this was just kind of a match that went through the motions. Probably a very forgettable match. I think another reason is that, again, when you put up babyface teams against babyface teams, the crowd will be kind of divided as to who they will root for, right? So I think the crowd was kind of partial. Most of them were for Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, but they also really liked the Street Profits. So probably why it got mixed reactions. So what do you think, guys? Let me know again in the comment section below what you thought about the match between the Street Profits and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.